and criteria by giving the growers greater market access to trade their certified sustainable oil palm products. Better market access allows growers to responsibly increase their yields, improve their plantation management, and, in turn, their quality of life. RSPO credits are traded on RSPO's trading platform, PalmTrace, where you can find the current market prices. Designed to drive the global market uptake of certified sustainable palm oil, RSPO credits play a key role in helping to achieve market transformation. Purchase your RSPO credits today and support growers for their effort in making the supply sustainable. Visit rspocredits.org for more information. RSPO, transforming markets to make sustainable palm oil the norm. How do RSPO credits relate to the production of sustainable palm oil? One RSPO credit is equal to 1 ton of palm or kernel oil that was produced and certified as sustainable according to the RSPO principles and criteria. When buyers of RSPO credits, such as consumer goods manufacturers and retailers, purchase RSPO credits, they compensate for the volume of conventional oil palm products actually used in their products. Sellers of RSPO credits can only be independent smallholders, mills, and palm kernel crushers that are RSPO certified. Buyers thereby directly incentivize and encourage sellers of RSPO credits to produce oil palm sustainably. The sale of RSPO credits supports independent smallholders, oil palm growers, or crushers who have been working hard to ensure they've produced oil palm according to RSPO principles and criteria by giving the growers greater market access to trade their certified sustainable oil palm products. Better market access allows growers to responsibly increase their yields, improve their plantation management, and, in turn, their quality of life. RSPO credits are traded on RSPO's trading platform, PalmTrace, where you can find the current market prices. Designed to drive the global market uptake of certified sustainable palm oil, RSPO credits play a key role in helping to achieve market transformation. Purchase your RSPO credits today and support growers for their effort in making the supply sustainable. Visit rspocredits.org for more information. RSPO, transforming markets to make sustainable palm oil the norm. How do RSPO credits relate to the production of sustainable palm oil? 1 RSPO credit is equal to 1 ton of palm or kernel oil that was produced and certified as sustainable according to the RSPO principles and criteria. When buyers of RSPO credits, such as consumer goods manufacturers and retailers, purchase RSPO credits, they compensate for the volume of conventional oil palm products actually used in their products. Sellers of RSPO credits can only be independent smallholders, mills, and palm kernel crushers that are RSPO certified. Buyers thereby directly incentivize and encourage sellers of RSPO credits to produce oil palm sustainably. The sale of RSPO credits supports independent smallholders, oil palm growers, or crushers who have been working hard to ensure they've produced oil palm according to RSPO principles and criteria by giving the growers greater market access to trade their certified sustainable oil palm products. Better market access allows growers to responsibly increase their yields, improve their plantation management, and, in turn, their quality of life. RSPO credits are traded on RSPO's trading platform, PalmTrace, where you can find the current market prices. Designed to drive the global market uptake of certified sustainable palm oil, RSPO credits play a key role in helping to achieve market transformation. Purchase your RSPO credits today and support growers for their effort in making the supply sustainable. Visit rspocredits.org for more information. RSPO, transforming markets to make sustainable palm oil the norm.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Appreciation Night this year. My name is Rukai Rafiq. I work with FORTASBI. Tonight we have the wonderful night because we will meet each other through virtual. Firstly, I want to say hello to all buyers from across the world. Hi guys, thank you for coming tonight. And we monitor the participants who attended were from various institutions and background. We have journalists here, NGOs and companies and universities, governments, and of course, we also have the smallholder from across Indonesia. Thank you for coming, Bapak dan Ibu. And we want to mention that this event also live in our YouTube channels. We would like to promote the impact of the sustainability in the ground and how the credit impacted to the smallholders' livelihood. We hope all of you can participate this event until finish because we have the core session in the end. We will announce the buyer who will get the appreciation award from the smallholders in this year's. This evening will moderate by Ibu Gita Syahrani, and she is head of LTKL Secretariat and one of the FORTASBI's partners. Bu Gita, time is yours. Thanks guys and enjoy the night, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Welcome, Sustainable Palm Oil Avenger, and tonight is going to be very special. My name is Gita Syahrani, the head of the Secretariat for Lingkar Temu Kabupaten Lestari, or Sustainable Districts Association, and we are very proud to partner with FORTASBI, an organization that managed to pull all of this effort together 2 years already. So tonight is actually the second appreciation night, and it's special, as Mbak Uki mentioned, special being that we are gathering here today from everybody's living room, probably. But doesn't make it less special. Tonight is going to be exciting. We're joined by buyers from all over the world, as well as smallholders from all over Indonesia. And we will listen directly from the stories and the impact and all of the exciting things that all of you, Sustainable Palm Oil Avenger, have managed to accomplish in 2020. Now, before we begin the event, I'd like to remind everyone that this event is available in both Bahasa Indonesia as well as in English. If you need assistance in Bahasa Indonesia, you can just go to the globe icon in your Zoom screen and you can select Bahasa Indonesia. If you need English translation, when somebody is speaking in Bahasa, then you can just select the English translation option. So no worries, everybody can have fun and follow the event, hopefully also participate in the discussion. We will discuss why smallholders is important and all of the wonderful impact that we have managed to achieve last year. To begin the event, I'd like to actually give the floor directly to the head of FORTASBI Indonesia Foundation, Bapak Haji Narno. The time and floor is yours, Pak.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat malam untuk seluruh rekan-rekan di Indonesia. Selamat siang untuk rekan-rekan dari Eropa dan negara yang sewaktu dengannya. Dan selamat pagi pada rekan-rekan dari Amerika dan negara yang sewaktu dengannya. Terima kasih atas antusiasme yang luar biasa untuk menghadiri acara apresiasi naik pada malam ini. Kali ini, Malam Apresiasi diadakan secara virtual karena pembatasan pertemuan fisik akibat pandemi COVID-19 yang sedang melanda dunia. Malam Apresiasi ini adalah kali yang kedua yang diselenggarakan setelah Malam Apresiasi tahun 2019 yang dilaksanakan di Bangkok, Thailand. Bapak Ibu yang kami hormati, FORTASBI adalah organisasi yang mewadahi petani swadaya yang selama ini berkomitmen penuh terhadap transformasi norma minyak sawit berkelanjutan di Indonesia. Hingga tahun 2020, anggota FORTASBI berjumlah 33 organisasi petani dengan total anggota mencapai 8.700 petani. Dari jumlah tersebut, sekitar 95% telah bersertifikat RSPO dan beberapa bersertifikat ISPO dan ICC. Jumlah ini akan terus bertambah di tahun-tahun mendatang. Seiring dengan munculnya banyak inisiatif dari perusahaan, NGO, dan pemerintah yang mendukung petani swadaya untuk sertifikasi RSPO. Prediksi kami, pertumbuhan petani swadaya bersertifikat RSPO akan mencapai 50% dari jumlah yang sekarang. Bapak Ibu hadirin yang kami hormati, malam ini adalah malam istimewa yang kami persembahkan untuk para pembeli yang selama ini mendukung petani swadaya dengan cara membeli kredit RSPO. Dalam catatan FORTASBI, dukungan dari pembelian kredit mencapai 1,5 juta US dollar di tahun 2020 atau sekitar 20 miliar rupiah. Dana tersebut diperuntukkan bagi 7.500 kepala keluarga petani swadaya bersertifikat RSPO. Saya atas nama petani swadaya di Indonesia yang bersertifikat RSPO mengucapkan terima kasih atas dukungan para pembeli, karena dengan dukungan kalian semua kami dapat memberi manfaat kembali kepada masyarakat luas, terutama di masa pandemi seperti sekarang ini. Malam ini kami ingin menghimbau kepada seluruh pihak agar membantu petani. Jika ingin petani swadaya menjadi garda terdepan penyelamatan dan pemulihan lingkungan, karena kamilah yang paling dekat dengan hutan, dan kami pula yang berada paling dekat dengan areal penting dan kritis. Kami juga menyerukan kepada para konsumen produk minyak sawit dari beberapa negara di seluruh dunia untuk mengenali produk yang dipakai. Pastikan produk yang Anda pakai adalah produk yang dihasilkan oleh petani kecil dan dihasilkan dari praktek-praktek yang lestari dan berkelanjutan. Bapak Ibu hadirin yang kami banggakan, sebelum saya tutup sambutan ini, saya bersama seluruh petani swadaya di Indonesia ingin mengucapkan terima kasih pada para pahlawan atau yang kami sebut sebagai Avenger, yaitu Yayasan Inobu, Yayasan Setara Jambi, Serikat Petani Kelapa Sawit, WWF Indonesia, Sawit Watch, dan SNV. Mereka adalah inisiator FORTASBI. Dan terima kasih juga kepada para mitra, yaitu Lingkar Temu Kabupaten Lestari, Inisiatif Dagang Hijau, ASEAN Agri, PT Sawit Sumber Mas Sarana, PT Musimas, IFC, PT Bumi Tama Gunajaya Agro, PT Perkebunan Nusantara 3. Tak lupa juga kami ucapkan terima kasih kepada pemerintah Provinsi Sumatera Utara, Riau, Jambi, Sumatera Selatan, dan Kalimantan Tengah, karena telah banyak membantu petani swadaya dalam sertifikasi minyak sawit berkelanjutan. Terakhir, untuk para pembeli yang hadir malam ini, kami persembahkan sebuah film dokumenter yang berjudul The Resilient untuk kalian semua. Demikian, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Pak Narno. That was a great opening speech, a very heartwarming story coming from smallholders will be presented to all of you through the first ever screening of the movie The Resilient. It talks about a story how all of us have came together in a collective action and managed to actually empower more than 7,000 smallholders all over Indonesia. So for the first time ever, please welcome the movie The Resilient.
Petani swadaya adalah pihak penting dalam rantai suplai minyak sawit dunia. Di Indonesia, petani swadaya menguasai sekitar 4,5 juta hektar atau sekitar 42% dari total luas perkebunan kelapa sawit. Melibatkan petani swadaya dalam berbagai inovasi perlindungan dan pemulihan lingkungan adalah satu keniscayaan. RSPO adalah sebuah platform yang mengusung nilai inklusi untuk petani swadaya agar upaya perlindungan pemulihan lingkungan dapat dilakukan secara menyeluruh dengan keterlibatan semua pihak dari hulu hingga hilir. Tahun 2013 adalah tahun yang paling penting bagi petani swadaya. Di tengah banyak pihak yang skeptis terhadap keterlibatan petani swadaya dalam praktek minyak sawit berkelanjutan, satu kelompok petani swadaya di Riau membuktikan bahwa petani swadaya mampu menjadi bagian dari rumah besar RSPO. Sejak tahun 2013 hingga sekarang, jumlah petani swadaya bersertifikat RSPO mencapai 7.500 KK dengan luas lahan sekitar 16.000 hektar. Petani swadaya berkontribusi terhadap produksi CPO bersertifikat sebesar 55.529 metrik ton per tahun dan PKO bersertifikat sebesar 6.818 metrik ton per tahun. Sertifikasi RSPO adalah pola tatanan baru bagi petani swadaya dari praktek yang tidak berkelanjutan menjadi lebih berkelanjutan dan ramah lingkungan serta ramah sosial. Tidak hanya itu, sertifikat RSPO juga merubah pola dan tata manajemen kelembagaan bagi petani swadaya menjadi lebih kuat dan mandiri. Yang lebih penting adalah komitmen petani swadaya ini kemudian mendorong lahirnya komitmen dan dukungan para pembeli produk minyak sawit kepada petani swadaya dalam bentuk pemberian insentif melalui pembelian kredit. Tahun 2020, dukungan insentif pembeli mencapai $1,5 juta untuk 7.500 KK petani swadaya. Forum Petani Swadaya Merlung Renah Mendalu yang beroperasi di Tanjung Jabung Barat adalah contoh di mana sertifikasi dan insentif yang diberikan oleh pembeli dapat mendorong dan membantu mereka melakukan perlindungan dan pemulihan ekosistem sungai.
Sebelum ada lubuk larangan, ikannya pun payah kita mencari. Sungainya pun kotor kemarin. Semenjak ada lubuk larangan, sungainya bersih, ikannya bertambah banyak. Ibu-ibu pun mandi di sungai semua sekarang.
Di Merangin, Jambi, Gapoktan Tanjung Sehati yang bersertifikat tahun 2014 lalu ini menggunakan insentif kredit RSPO untuk membangun kantor, meningkatkan kapasitas anggota, dan mengembangkan bisnis kelompok seperti pembibitan kelapa sawit untuk replanting anggota. Kedepan, insentif akan mereka kembangkan untuk membagi manfaat bagi anak-anak suku anak dalam yang berada di sekitar mereka dengan cara menyediakan sekolah informal gratis bagi anak-anak tersebut. Di Sumatera Utara, UD Lestari menggunakan dana insentif untuk kepentingan masyarakat banyak dengan cara menyediakan 4 unit ambulans yang dapat diakses oleh masyarakat secara gratis.
Rasanya kami sekeluarga merasa terbantu sekali, sangat bermakna sekali. Makanya sekali lagi kami atas nama keluarga mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada Bapak Haji Girun telah menghibah selaku pimpinan UD Lestari menghibahkan ambulan tersebut kepada masyarakat pada umumnya, khususnya pada diri kami sekeluarga.
Selain petani swadaya di Sumatera, petani swadaya di Kalimantan Tengah juga menggunakan insentif untuk kepentingan kelompok dan anggota.
Merasa bersyukur sekali atas sertifikasi RSPO ini, yang mana di dalam kami sertifikasi didukung oleh pemerintah desa, pemerintah kecamatan, pemerintah kabupaten, maupun dari pihak Inobu. Dan kami sangat berterima kasih kepada pembeli kredit kami, sehingga dengan kredit itu kita bisa mengembangkan usaha yang bermanfaat bagi anggota dan juga seluruh masyarakat yang ada di sekitar Desa Pangkalan 3.
mengucapkan terima kasih karena para pihak telah membeli sertifikat RSPO kami, sehingga kami para petani dapat bertahan di tengah-tengah pandemi, di saat harga sawit turun dan juga di tengah kesulitan untuk penjualan TBS. Penjualan sertifikat RSPO kami gunakan untuk pembagian sembako untuk anggota maupun juga masyarakat yang kurang mampu yang ada di sekitar kami. Kami gunakan juga untuk perbaikan kebun anggota, untuk pembagian pupuk dan juga untuk pruning di lahan petani swadaya.
Kami atas nama Petani Swadaya bersertifikat RSPO mengucapkan terima kasih kepada pembeli yang telah mendukung kami. Semoga kalian semua tetap mendukung kami, karena mendukung kami adalah sama halnya dengan mendukung perbaikan lingkungan, perbaikan kualitas kehidupan petani dan masyarakat secara luas. FORTASBI akan memastikan bahwa dana insentif tersebut akan digunakan oleh petani untuk kepentingan mereka dan untuk kepentingan lingkungan.
Terima kasih pembeli yang telah mendukung kami.
There you have it, a heartwarming story directly from the ground to really show how your support have managed not only to support the smallholders themselves, but actually to start a paid-forward scheme. Paid forward for the ecological function, for the community surrounding them, indigenous community, education, welfare, and even health during this pandemic. So all this will never be possible unless we are actually working together hand in hand going forward as well. Now, we are going to hear directly from the buyers, from part of the palm oil Avengers, coming from Europe, US, and also other parts in Asia. We will have a short talk show with them to listen why is smallholders one of the most important thing within the operation. Ladies and gentlemen, we have around more than 100 participants joining us in Zoom as well as in FORTASBI YouTube. So welcome again. If you're new, do not forget to activate your translation function if you need assistance in Bahasa and as well as in English. If you have any question, please feel free to use the Q&A box and we will moderate your question during the discussion session. Now, we are joined by Mr. Ahmad Aditya from Unilever Indonesia, as well as Ms. Ella Volpano from PepsiCo for the first segment of the talk show. Mr. Adit, hi.
Hello,
Really
good afternoon.
awesome. Good afternoon.
Nice to meet you, Mbak Gita.
Great meeting you, Mas Adit. Is it really your office or is just a virtual background?
It's just a virtual background showing that we missed our office due to this pandemic.
Hopefully you can go back to the office quickly. Now,
Sure.
Adit, if you can maybe tell everybody that is here tonight, why is smallholders such an important part of Unilever operation?
Yeah, as you know that as a company, Unilever has a strong commitment to improve the sustainability and improve the livelihood of the smallholders. So as part of our strategy is we are trying to build a strong commitment to expand our programs on smallholders and try to improve their livelihood because they are integral part of our supply chain.
So in terms of actually working with FORTASBI, how long ago did you start actually directly purchasing credits from smallholders, that is FORTASBI members?
So we start our cooperations with FORTASBI, I think, since last year, because we have this project at Semangke where we are working closely with one of our smallholders supply chain in Semangke, Lestari. So we built these cooperations with FORTASBI that become our partner to support the smallholder programs in FORTASBI. But we have started our programs quite long time ago, also with Lestari. Yeah.
So going forward, maybe next year or the year after, any target in terms of smallholders' involvement?
Yeah, we have had these internal discussions about expanding our smallholder programs and try to bring more impact to many more smallholders into our supply chain, especially the independent smallholders programs. Unilever has indicated that many things that can be produced and can be done together with smallholders, not only on the environmental side, increasing their productivity, but we also realize the importance to enhance the economic aspect of the smallholders programs. Because we realized that at the end of the day, the smallholders program should give real impact to the smallholder itself, the improvement of their livelihood. So we are thinking that there are at least 3 aspects that we have to pay attention to in the coming programs: the environmental aspect, the productivity aspect, the economic and the livelihood aspect, and also the social aspect of the smallholders. So this has become 3 integral parts in the next coming smallholder program from the Unilever.
Great, that's super exciting. I'm pretty sure that the members of FORTASBI might have questions from you for you later. So please stay put. Thank you for joining us tonight as well, Mas Adit. We will talk again soon. Now, we'd like to actually welcome representative from PepsiCo, Miss Ella.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Hi. So, Ms. Ella, again, a similar question with what we were discussing with Unilever. We understand that smallholders is also an integral part of PepsiCo operation. Can you maybe tell us a little bit, what is the main reason for that?
Yeah, so it's really important to PepsiCo and to our customers that the suppliers in our supply chain are operating in a sustainable way, and that they have opportunities to grow their business and to improve their livelihoods as much as possible. As the global population continues to grow, sustainable agricultural practices are becoming critical to meeting the increasing demand for food. And as one of the world's leading food and beverage companies, a steady, sustainable supply of crops is central to our business. Additionally, there is a huge demand in the consumer market right now for products for the environment and promote social justice and improvement. And we believe that the smallholder program encourages these key themes of sustainability, social responsibility, and growth. Smallholder credits demonstrate shared responsibility in the palm oil supply chain, and they enable smallholders to continue to grow and implement sustainable practices. We are more than happy to support the smallholders, and we believe that it's important work not only because it's what the consumer wants, but because it's the right thing to do for the environment and the global food supply and our.
Great. Somebody asked in the chat box, actually, where are you joining us from?
I am joining from Dallas, Texas. So it's very early here. It's still dark outside. So. Sorry if this lighting is not super flattering.
Hello. Ella, can you still hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, okay, now you're back. So
okay,
the final part of the question would be, any plan for the future? Are you planning to still work with FORTASBI and their members? Are you planning to actually expand or anything?
Yeah, so we have a policy commitment in place to continue to support palm oil smallholders. We do this in a variety of ways, including continuing and expanding our existing smallholders programs in Indonesia, Mexico, and elsewhere. We do expect to continue to purchase independent smallholder credit, the amount of which I do not know at the moment, as it is determined every year on a needs basis.
So hopefully this is something that we can also later discuss. If any of you, ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of us joining from the YouTube as well, Ella, so maybe around 120. If there's any question, hopefully you'll still be here to discuss a bit more.
Sounds good, I'll be here.
Thank you for joining very early in the morning. Now, we'd like to move to Europe, actually. So Niels Bjelum, hopefully I'm not pronouncing it wrong, but Felleskjopet is joining us from Norway. Sorry for maybe butchering your name, Niels, a little bit.
No, it's perfect. It's Niels Bjelum. As you said, I'm joining you from Norway, and as you can see, it's winter here.
Yeah, it's snowing behind you.
Yeah, no, this is a picture taking from the window of my home office, in fact, yesterday. Today, everything is disappearing, but we have about 40 centimeters of snow here.
Oh, wow. What time is it there?
I think it's around, it's 1:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, 1:30 in the afternoon. Okay, so you might just have lunch, yeah?
Yeah, we had lunch already.
Great. So can you maybe tell us a little bit about the company and why smallholders is very important to your operation as well?
Yeah, Felleskjopet is a cooperative, agricultural cooperative owned by 44,000 Norwegian farmers. And we make animal feed. And we wanted to do a little bit more than just buying the normal certificates. So we decided that we should go in the direction of the smallholders certificates after a visit in Indonesia some years ago. And we did it for two main reasons. One is, of course, we are farmers. We want to promote good agricultural practices all over the world. We do the same in Brazil with soy, and we would like to do this also for palm. And in Norway, it's normal that the farms, they are passed from generation to generation. And in order to do this, you need to develop your farm and you need to do it in a sustainable way. And I'm quite sure that this is how you are working as well. And we would like to be a part of this also for this raw material that we use.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So ladies and gentlemen, all of you FORTASBI members, actually, this is a representative of farmers directly selling to other farmers in other parts of the world. And as you mentioned, this is something that is not, forced by anyone. Being sustainable is something that you just have to do in order for it to be, to have longevity. So any plan for the future, any targets?
No, I think I should mention also that in Norway, there are 4 animal feed producers, and we already in, I think it was 2014, we decided that we are not going to compete on sustainability. So we are working together, we are doing the same, and we are sharing our results on this. And maybe you have also bought from some of the other Norwegian feed producers. And we will, when it comes to continuing, I'm quite sure we will continue if there is no authorities saying that we should go in RSPO segregated or something like this, but I hope not. And we could also do a little bit more, I think, in another way. Felleskjopet, we have about 200 shops in Norway and Sweden. And if you have other products that you are making, handicrafts or products that could be sold in our shops, good for households in Scandinavia, we could have a look at this as well. We are interested to be even closer, and we want to buy more certificates, even to close 2020. So,
Wow.
Just tell me. Yeah,
it's very promising. So, Bapak Ibu, aside from palm oil, if you're also producing other commodities, as there's opportunity to also sell directly to the cooperatives. And remember, this is all about opportunity. You have to grab on it. So we'll go directly to the Q&A. Hopefully you're okay staying here, Nils, Mas Adit, and also Ella. We are getting some questions from YouTube. Okay, so the first question goes to Mas Adit, so to Unilever. Is Mas Adit available?
Yeah,
So
I'm still here.
Ask the question, yeah. So the question is, how much is the average target for companies such as Unilever to buy credits from independent smallholders every year? Is there a certain target?
Yeah, I mean, we have certain targets for sure, and we would like to increase that target as many as possible from the smallholders. But it's not only about the target itself, but I think it's also about what kind of programs, interventions that we can work together with the smallholders in order not to help the smallholders become more sustainable, increasing their productivity, but we also have to make sure that the program that we have is going to bring a positive impact for the smallholder livelihood. So of course we have our own internal target and we would like to increase that target, but it's not about the numbers that we are trying to aim, but it's about what's the meaning behind the numbers for the smallholders that Unilever is trying to commit for the coming future.
So this target shouldn't just be looked at as numbers, but actually it should also be looked at from the impact side, yeah? Thank you, Mas Adit. Actually, there's a continuous question on this. So you've mentioned actually the impact, right? Where it has to be integrated between environment, economy, and also the social side. To date, what is the most heartwarming story that you have encountered throughout the involvement of Unilever with smallholders on the ground? This is also for coming from YouTube.
Yeah, I think there are many interesting and heartwarming stories because before the pandemic, I come quite often to different area and try to see by myself what are the impact that we are trying to create for the smallholders on the ground. Many of the programs that we have developed is basically starting from zero. So we are gathering the independent smallholders, trying to convince them to join the programs, setting them up a cooperative, try to build a diversification income in their cooperatives. So many interesting stories are happening on the ground. And I mean, it's always become very personal, yeah, when you come to the smallholders that you have been supported and then you are invited to their house and then they offer you lunch and sit together with their children. I mean, that are the positive impact that we are creating. And every time I have that experience, it making me sure that this is the programs that we have to build. The impact for the smallholders and not only to push them that this is what you have to do for the benefit of the industry, but also that what is the benefit for themselves? That's the key questions that we want to answer.
Yeah, great. I can literally imagine the type of lunch that we'll get if we get to go to the field again after the pandemic. So thank you, Mas Adit, for joining us. Now, another question coming from YouTube is directed to Ella, actually, from PepsiCo. And this is a question about future scenario. So the question is, if all of smallholders in Indonesia have been certified and have been declared sustainable, would buying credit from smallholders still be interesting for PepsiCo?
Yeah, that's a good question. I actually am going to defer the question to my colleague Natasha. She's got a little bit more background knowledge on that topic.
Great.
Thanks very much, Ella. Can you hear me, Geeta?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Great, thanks. And that's a really good question. And I think if we were at a point where all the smallholders had reached RSPO certification, then we would have, reached sector-wide transformation. And I think that is what we're all aiming to do, which is why it's really important that we continue on the progress that we've already made and ensuring that independent smallholder credits are available on the market. Thanks.
Yeah, so aiming for industry-wide transformation indeed is something that we have to look forward to. And as you mentioned, this is a stepping stone, and hopefully this is a shared target that all of us also will continue to work together. Thank you, Natasha. By the way, where are you joining us from?
I'm joining you from London.
From London, from the UK. What time is it there, Natasha?
It's about 12:30 in the afternoon, lunchtime.
Okay, lunchtime. So have a good lunch then. Hope you stick around for the next part of the event. Thank you, Natasha and Ella. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for the question. Keep them coming. Again, use the Q&A box, or you can also use the chat box in YouTube, and then we will make sure that your question gets discussed by all of the panelists. The second segment of the talk show will feature three of also part of the Sustainable Palm Oil Avengers today. That's directly purchasing from smallholders that are FORTASBI members. We have Hans Hendrickson from ACT Commodities. Hi, Hans.
Yes, good afternoon from the Netherlands, from here in Amsterdam. Lovely to be here.
Great. What time is it? Is this a standard question
so
for
we
everyone?
are sitting on, quarter to 2.
Quarter to 2.
And it isn't raining, so very good news.
Oh, yay. So Natasha is having lunch. You are after lunch, right?
Yeah.
Was it a good lunch?
It was a great lunch, yes.
So hopefully the experience of working with smallholders last year have also been an enjoyable experience. Can you maybe share a little bit, coming from ACT, what is ACT and why smallholders is an integral part for you guys?
Yeah, of course. So maybe to start off, I'm speaking to you from our head offices here in Amsterdam, but we're also based in New York, Paris, as well as Shanghai. And essentially what we're doing as a company is helping brands, it's over 8,000 brands around the world, in reaching their environmental goals and targets. Myself, for example, I'm working on agricultural commodities, where we are board members of the RTRS, so similar to the RSPO, but for soy. We are also working directly with smallholders all over South America there, for example. And really just like to get, I'm acting as a facilitation partner to help get the funds in the right areas where deforestation is really the biggest issue for the clients that we're working with. So the reason why we think this is so important is, well, independent smallholders are area within the market segments that is completely undervalued, I would say, at this point. And we hope to continually direct funds into these areas to not only start certification from scratch, but also to continue to fund and help fund the current members to keep their business case looking as concrete as possible.
That was such a good sort of phrase, I think, undervalued, underappreciated, sort of under the radar still, right? Can you maybe tell us a little bit why the company that you are working with also are looking at this sort of underdeveloped part of the supply chain, which is the independent smallholders?
That's a very good question. Really, in a nutshell, I would say that the partners that we're working with as well, so many of the largest FMCG brands around the world, are saying, look, we want to have segregated supply chains, we want to have independent or identity preserved supply chains whatsoever. But then they also want the entire RSPO market to be fully certified. And unfortunately, you can't have the one without having the other. So what we, as far as I understand, maybe you can know this fact a bit better than myself, but I believe it's about 1% of all smallholders are certified, right? And in order to actually reach that level where we can have complete industry-wide adoption of the RSPO, not only from a demand perspective, but also from a supply perspective, I think the only way we can get there is by getting through the certification process for groups like independent smallholders. So yeah, I'd say that that's really the reason.
Yeah, so I mean, it's very encouraging, and hopefully sort of this uphill battle almost on the most challenging part that is still underdeveloped are still worth the while for ACT for the years to come. So please stay put. There's several questions already coming in for you. We'll discuss in the Q&A session. Thank you, Hans. Now, the second panelist for the second segment for our talk show is Miss Deborah Rukmawati Chandra Kusuma, sorry. And she is actually representing Nestle.
Good evening.
Hi, Deborah.
Good evening. Selamat malam.
Selamat malam. So you're most likely in Jakarta, right, Bu?
Yes.
Okay. Now, a bit of a similar point with the rest of the panelists before. Today we are joined by smallholders from all across Indonesia. If there's one thing that you'd like to say why smallholders is playing an important and critical role in the supply chain that Nestle is trying to build, what would it be?
Yeah. I think smallholder farmers in the palm sector in Indonesia is also existing next to each other with the big plantation. So they are also supplying big plantation. So, and we aim to have 100% of our palm oil sourcing sustainable certified by 2023. And I think smallholder farmer is part of this value chain. And this must be included in our value chain. And that is why we are trying to work with our with Earthworm and our supplier, GAR, to include as well the smallholder farmer and to make sure that we can provide assistance to help them, because this is part of our value chain, so that we have to as well ensure that the farmer can have sustainable agriculture practice, which is good as well for them and also good for the planet. Thank you.
So, Bu, any future plan for Nestle, especially in terms of working with smallholders?
Of course, because I think this has been our practice for years, be that with palm oil farmers, be that with dairy farmer, coffee farmers in Indonesia, because we currently, for instance, working with about 27,000 dairy farmers, and of course, because we use palm oil, smallholder palm oil farmers is, I think, is part of this value chain, and that is why that this will be also our future partner in ensuring the sustainability of our value chain. Thank you.
Thank you, Bu. So almost 30,000 smallholders. That's a very big number. Please stay put as well, Bu Debra. Several questions are coming, and we'll discuss in a bit.
Thank you.
During the Q&A. Thank you. Now, I would like to actually welcome the next panelist, which is Mr. Jonathan Escolar, coming from The Body Shop. Jonathan?
Hello. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening.
Good morning. Good afternoon, everybody.
Hi. Is it a morning for you? Where are you dialing in from?
It's a lunchtime for me as well. I'm in the UK.
Oh, in the UK. So similar with Natasha. Now, in terms of Body Shop experience and working with smallholders, can you maybe tell us a little bit when did it start and why it become a part of Body Shop operation?
Yeah, so the Body Shop was founded by one lady back in the 1970s, and really the vision of the company was to work with marginalized communities and producers of different niche ingredients of different kinds, which some of them you see behind me in the background. So I don't like it when a company says something or other is in our DNA, but I think in the case of working with smallholders, it really does go back to the original heritage of our organization, that we've been working with smallholders for a very long time, since the beginning. So since the 1970s, obviously the company has grown and expanded a lot and become a global business, and we're now involved in lots of conventional commodity supply chains as well, including palm, obviously. And so we've found really that a way to meet our commitment to the RSPO of sourcing 100% RSPO certified products is to, and aligned with our heritage, is to use the smallholder credits facility. So with the first time we did that and worked with FORTASBI was actually only 2019. So I had the opportunity to meet with FORTASBI and with a number of the growers at the Bangkok Appreciation Night. So that's when it started, and last year we covered off all of our volumes for palm oil and a significant portion of palm kernel volumes using the smallholder credits model.
So that was such a great cue as well. So you actually met FORTASBI during the first appreciation night in Bangkok.
That's right.
So going forward, do you predict that the Body Shop would continue to be attending appreciation nights because continuous commitment to also work with FORTASBI going forward?
Absolutely. Yeah, I hope very much next time we can all do it in person again.
Fingers crossed.
And I see that probably we're going to expand our purchases of smallholder credits because it fits with our commitments so well. And the other reason is that the Body Shop a couple of years ago became part of a much bigger group called Natura & Co. And there are 4 different brands under the Natura & Co. Group company now. And so 2020, as well as all the other challenges that everybody else had, we were in the process of aligning operations across the 4 different brands and bringing together various different functions and operations of the company. So going forward, we will be looking at purchasing credits for the group as a whole. So that should significantly increase volumes.
Wow. Wow, that's super promising. So ladies and gentlemen, all of you joining in YouTube, in Zoom, a lot of great news coming from our panelists. So actually, Jonathan, I'd like to begin the Q&A session with you. One question have came in directly for the Body Shop. So this is apparently it's a consumer of the Body Shop in Indonesia, and they're wondering why is it there is still limited options of Body Shop product that uses certified palm oil label available in Indonesia?
We don't actually use any labels on our products. We use one label on our products, which is the Against Animal Testing label, the Leaping Bunny certificate, which is also kind of a cornerstone of the brand. The company campaigned throughout the 1980s to ban cosmetic animal testing. So that's the only logo that we use on product. The fact is really that we have so many different ingredients covered by so many different types of certifications, such as Fair Trade, Rainforest Alliance, Fair for Life, UEBT. There are just too many really for us to use. So we have a policy at the moment of keeping the packaging as clean as we possibly can. But we do talk about our use of and our links to the RSPO on our website and through other communications.
Thank you. So if you're a consumer of the Body Shop, you can find all of the information in the website because they also don't want the packaging to be filled with just the label, right, of the certification. So thank you, Jonathan, for joining us. Hopefully you'll still be here for the next part of the event. Thank you for the commitment and the support for the smallholders as well. The next question that we have already filling in is actually directed to ACT Commodities. So hence, if you're still here, this question is for you. And basically, one of the questions that have been registered here talks about the main importance or the appetite that would make even more companies be interested to buy credit from independent smallholders. So if they were to design sort of a communication thing to inspire more and more companies to join the bandwagon, what would be your recommendation?
I think that's a really good question. I would say if you're looking at the project from any RSPO independent smallholder project, we see the RSPO standards, the P&Cs are very well stated and make a lot of sense to people that are in the inside, right? But from people on the outside, we don't really see UN SDGs being reported on, for example. So I'd say just from a reporting perspective, if you could take specific KPIs that like United Nations and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and be able to communicate that with the buyer directly, and then link that directly to what is important for the buyer, that is of course a huge win, and it's because it's something that speaks to their demand as well. So I would say the most important thing is to put yourself in the shoes of the buyer and think, how can this help their company, right? Maybe from a marketing perspective, maybe from an overall sustainability perspective, but it definitely justifies the higher price for independent smallholder credits as well, because from that perspective, you're getting more value over and above the good sustainable work that you're doing, and over and above actually supporting the smallholders directly.
Thanks so much for the recommendation. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, to that question, linking it to something that is relatable for the companies is definitely the key. If it's SDGs, then this is something that FORTASBI and its members can communicate even more in the future. Thank you, Hans, for joining us, and see you in the next segment of the event. The last question is directed to Ibu Deborah, actually, from Nestle. And this is about feeling a little bit, Bu. So the question is literally, how does a company feel when they buy directly from the smallholders? So it's much more about the heart.
I think you can see when you connect directly with the smallholder farmer, you can see by yourself how's their livelihood, and if you collaborate with them over years, then you can see what kind the value that we can create together, meaning that it is good for the farmer, but also it is good for the company. And in this palm oil, it is that we can see how if we can also help to improve the productivity and quality of the palm oil, and also in the plant diversification, so that we can help their livelihood, while for the company, we get benefit of that we can ensure that our value chain is sustainable. I think this is kind of like mutual benefit for both of us. And I think this is a kind of like long-term partnership that benefiting both farmer, us, and also the rural communities where we are collaborating with. So I think that's the benefit. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's a very critical point to really showcase mutual benefit, not only for the company, but directly for the livelihood of the people. Thank you, Ibu Deborah, and see you in the next segment as well. Thank you for the support for all of the smallholders. Now, that was such an interesting talk and a lot of good news for those of you that are members to FORTASBI. Hopefully, this inspires even more smallholders to also join FORTASBI and transform themselves into sustainable palm oil smallholders. Because what I heard from the talk show was that all of the buyers intend to actually expand even more. And as was mentioned by Jonathan, he actually met FORTASBI during the first appreciation night in 2019. So who knows, the spiritual event today might actually open new doors for FORTASBI. Those of you that are joining from companies, do not hesitate, and please do join the bandwagon as the avenger of sustainable palm oil together with all of us here in FORTASBI. Thank you very much for joining the talk show segment, and don't go anywhere. We're about to start the exciting part. This is the most awaited segment of today's appreciation night. The second time that is done virtually, not less special than the first one, of course. Thank you so much for all of you that are still with us. We have more than 120 participants joining us in Zoom, in YouTube, smallholders from all over Indonesia, buyers from all over the world, partners of FORTASBI from all over the world as well as are here, as well as representatives from government, both national as well as subnational. So yay, this is very exciting. We're about to start to give the appreciation to all of you that have supported FORTASBI throughout the year of 2020. The first, in no particular order, goes to Unilever. Congratulations, Unilever. Would actually like to bring back Mas Adit to maybe just give a short thank you note to all of the smallholders that are attending the event today. Mas Adit, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
How does it feel to win this award?
Yeah, I think it's been very nice. I mean, the award is representing the hard works that we have built with the smallholders. I know that it has been a very difficult year last year, and maybe it's going to be a difficult year also this year since the COVID things. I know that many smallholders are struggling to still be able to work in the plantations and try to floating in this difficult times. So Unilever will have strong commitments to be still working with the smallholders, and I think together we would like to create more innovative works. We will try to strive more. And again, thank you for the appreciations for Unilever works. But this is representing all the partners of Unilever and all the smallholders in our supply chain. Thank you again.
Thank you, Mas Adit. So as you say, last year was hard. This year is going to be probably also hard. So just to give you more motivation to keep working with FORTASBI member, here is a message from Sentral Kalimantan, from Koperasi Sawit Bangkit.
Pada hadirin yang hadir pada malam hari ini, kami Koperasi Sawit Bangkit, mewakili petani kelapa sawit swadaya, mengucapkan selamat kepada Unilever dan layak mendapatkan apresiasi pada malam hari ini. Semoga Unilever tetap konsisten membeli kredit kami sehingga memberi manfaat kepada khususnya Koperasi Bangkit, umumnya kepada masyarakat petani secara luas. Sekian, terima kasih, selamat malam.
Thank you so much from Central Kalimantan. Now the second award, again with no particular order. Congratulations to PepsiCo. Ella is back with us.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
So how does it feel to win a direct award?
Oh, it feels great. Thank you. We really appreciate the recognition, and we're very honored to receive the award. We do want to take a second, though, to thank the smallholders, because we believe that the real recognition should go to the farmers. We know that the requirements for certification are not easy, and we really appreciate all the effort and the work that you've put in to achieve certification and grow in partnership with the RSPO and the other partners here today. We do want to personally thank you for all of your hard work and encourage you to continue to grow in a sustainable way.
Thank you, Ella. This is also to motivate PepsiCo. You, Natasha, Ruben, and all of the colleagues in PepsiCo. Here's a message from South Sumatra, KUD Pemura.
saya perwakilan dari KUD Pemura ingin menyampaikan terima kasih dan selamat kepada PepsiCo. Semoga dengan penghargaan dan apresiasi dari kami para petani swadaya, kedepannya PepsiCo akan terus meningkatkan dukungan pembelian kredit-kredit kami. Karena hal itu sangat membantu kami para petani swadaya secara finansial untuk meningkatkan pengelolaan perkebunan kelapa sawit secara berkelanjutan. Sekian dan terima kasih.
The third award, congratulations, goes to our partner in Norway, Felleskjopet. So Neil is back in the snow and about to join us.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I would just say it's a real honor to be invited to your appreciation night. It has been fantastic to see your achievements and that our small contribution makes a difference. And I would especially like to congratulate you on your film and your folder. It's something that we can use in our work to promote our smallholder policy in Norway. That's really fantastic of you. And we will for sure continue our support to the smallholders. And I would say thank you again for remembering Felleskjopet and for remembering all of us, the buyers. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us and also for the support. And to give you a little bit of warmth to battle the snow, here is a message also coming from South Sumatra, KUD Teratai Biru.
Malam, saya perwakilan dari KUD Teratai Biru mengucapkan selamat atas apresiasi dan penghargaan yang diberikan oleh para petani kami kepada Felleskjopet di Malam Apresiasi ini. Semoga Felleskjopet tetap bersemangat untuk membeli kredit RSPO kami maupun petani swadaya lainnya, yang mana sangat mendukung petani swadaya untuk pengelolaan perkebunan berkelanjutan. Sekian dan terima kasih.
The next award goes to, congratulations, ACT Commodities. So we also have ACT back with us.
From here in the Netherlands, and good evening in Indonesia. Hello to all the independent smallholders, buyers, as well as the FORTASBI team. My name is Jens, representing ACT. We are working on a day-to-day basis with over 8,000 partners, bringing in more buying power as well as support into groups like FORTASBI and the RSPO. This is an appreciation night for buyers. However, I feel differently about that. I think there should more be a huge thank you and large amount of appreciation coming from us, the buyers, to you. Therefore, from the ACT family, I would like to say thank you to you for the work that you're doing on a day-to-day basis in order to make it easier for companies like us to invest and help support the RSPO independent smallholder standard, as well as the smallholders themselves. If it wasn't for the language barrier gap that you're helping with the overall support that you're giving to the independent smallholders, from certification all the way to general support for the smallholders, as well as acting as a communication link between us and them, none of this would be possible. And it would be far more difficult in order for a company like ACT to help support these smallholders. Therefore, I would like to say a special thank you to Uki, as well as Novia and the rest of the FORTASBI team, because without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. So once again, from the ACT family, I'd just like to say thank you to you, and we're looking forward to a positive 2021. We see all the yields are looking better, as well as certification for independent smallholders, and we will continue to actively work to get more and more support into this area. Have a great day, and we're looking forward to the rest of the event.
Such a great message from Jens. A special thank you to ACT is coming all the way from Riau, also a representative of the female smallholders in FORTASBI membership, APK SSM.
Selamat malam, kami dari Asosiasi Petani Kelapa Sawit Swadaya Mandiri mengucapkan selamat kepada ACT Community atas apresiasi yang diperoleh pada malam hari ini. Semoga dengan apresiasi ini, ACT Community semakin bersemangat dalam membeli kredit petani kelapa sawit swadaya di Indonesia, agar dapat bermanfaat baik bagi petani swadaya sendiri maupun bagi masyarakat umum di sekitar kami. Sekali lagi, selamat kepada ACT, selamat malam.
The next award goes to Nestle. I think we have Ibu Deborah with us.
Yes, thank you.
Malam Bapak dan Ibu sekalian, minyak kelapa sawit adalah minyak nabati yang paling kompetitif, serbaguna, dan banyak diproduksi. Ketika diproduksi secara bertanggung jawab, bebas dari penggundulan hutan dan menerapkan protokol dan kebijakan yang baik, kelapa sawit dapat mendukung kehidupan jutaan orang dan mengurangi tekanan pada hutan dan ekosistem yang sensitif. Nestle akan menggunakan 100% minyak kelapa sawit yang berkelanjutan dan bersertifikasi pada tahun 2023. Dan bekerjasama dengan para pemasok, kami terus-menerus meningkatkan praktik keberlanjutan para pemasok di tingkat hulu hingga petani kecil. Kami percaya akan dapat mencapai tujuan ini. Sangat penting bagi kami untuk melibatkan para petani kecil agar dapat menghasilkan minyak kelapa sawit secara berkelanjutan, yang tidak hanya baik untuk masyarakat dan planet bumi, tetapi juga baik untuk para petani, keluarga mereka, dan untuk komunitas di sekitarnya. Oleh karena itu, ketika kami berkomitmen untuk membeli 100% minyak kelapa sawit berkelanjutan yang tersertifikasi, kami mencari jalan keluar untuk memastikan para petani kecil dapat terus terlibat dan memilih untuk membeli sertifikat Independent Smallholder Book and Claim. Oleh sebab itu, Nestle juga bekerja sama dengan para mitra mendukung petani kecil melalui berbagai program untuk membantu kesejahteraan petani, seperti program Rurality di Indonesia bersama Earthworm Foundation dan pemasok kami Golden Agri Resources. Nestle menyediakan bantuan teknis kepada sekitar 50.000 petani kecil dan memperluas inisiatif-inisiatif untuk membantu mereka meningkatkan produktivitas hasil pertanian mereka dan melakukan diversifikasi pendapatan. Melalui bantuan ini, kami bertujuan untuk memastikan para petani kecil dapat menjadi bagian dari rantai pasokan kami dan membantu membangun petani tangguh dan memastikan praktik produksi yang menghormati hutan dan masyarakat. Kepada Anda semua, terima kasih untuk kerja keras Anda dalam memastikan masa depan yang berkelanjutan untuk generasi mendatang.
Congratulations, Nestle. A special message all the way from Riau, from Asosiasi PSKS.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kami dari Asosiasi PSKS Pelalawan Siak mengucapkan selamat kepada Nestle atas apresiasi yang diberikan oleh para petani sawit swadaya Indonesia atas dukungannya dalam membeli kredit petani. Tidak lupa juga kami mengucapkan terima kasih kepada tim IFC dan Musimas yang telah membimbing kami untuk mendapatkan sertifikasi RSPO. Besar harapan kami agar Nestle tetap mendukung asosiasi kami baik dengan pembelian kredit RSPO kami di tahun yang akan datang ataupun di bidang lainnya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The next award, congratulations to the Body Shop. I think we have Jonathan joining us as well still. Would you like to give a appreciation thank you speech, a short one?
Yes, of course. Yes, thank you very much for the acknowledgement and the recognition. It's a privilege to be invited here tonight, and congratulations for organising such an excellent event. Not a lot to say that's original other than echoing the comments that have already been made, I'm afraid, in that I really feel that the bulk of the hard work has been done by the farmers and the cooperatives and FORTASBI and all the other actors who support the implementation of the certification on the ground. So well done to all of you. Thank you for making it possible for us to be able to come and buy your credits and fulfill our own commitments. So please keep up the work, and we hope to continue our relationship going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. And here is a special message for you coming from Jambi, from FPS MRM.
Selamat malam. Kami dari Forum Petani Swadaya Manalo mengucapkan selamat kepada body shop yang membeli sertifikat kami. Kami mengharap partisipasi ini dapat menjadi motivasi terus mendukung petani swadaya Indonesia tetap terlibat dalam perlindungan dan lingkungan dan pembangunan kesejahteraan. Petani sukses, body shop sukses.
The next one jumping in our Sustainable Palm Oil Avenger bandwagon. Congratulations to Estee Lauder. A special thank you note for Estee Lauder coming from Jambi, from KUD Makarti.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat malam. Kami dari anggota KUD Makarti mengucapkan selamat kepada pembeli kami, Estee Lauder. Kami harap apresiasi ini dapat menjadi motivasi untuk terus mendukung pembangunan kesejahteraan petani di Indonesia. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat malam.
The next one in our growing list of supporter for smallholders. Congratulations to Johnson&Johnson. A special thank you note coming from South Sumatra, KUD Karya Mulia.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kami dari KUD Karya Mulia di Musirawas Utara, Sumatera Selatan mengucapkan selamat kepada pembeli kredit sertifikat kami, Johnson&Johnson. Semoga apresiasi kami ini menjadi motivasi bagi Johnson&Johnson untuk tetap terus membantu petani swadaya di Indonesia untuk menjaga kelestarian lingkungan, meningkatkan sumber daya manusia, sehingga kesejahteraan petani swadaya di Indonesia semakin meningkat. Demikian yang kami sampaikan. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Now, we'd like to congratulate Bayer AG. Special thank you note for Bayer AG coming from South Sumatra, KUD Mitra Bersama.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Saryati dari KUD Mitra Bersama yang berada di Kabupaten Ogan Komering Ulu, Sumatera Selatan. Mengucapkan selamat kepada Bayer AG selaku pembeli kredit sertifikasi dari kami. Harapan kami dari apresiasi ini agar terus mendukung petani swadaya di Indonesia untuk tetap terlibat dalam perlindungan lingkungan dan kesejahteraan petani. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Next, in the bandwagon of growing smallholders for sustainable palm oil, the Avenger. Congratulations to the Hershey Company. A thank you note also coming from South Sumatra, from KUD Mekarsari.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kami dari KUD Mekarsari di Sumatera Selatan mengucapkan selamat kepada pembeli kami, The Hershey Company. Kami harap operasi ini dapat menjadi motivasi untuk terus mendukung petani swadaya di Indonesia agar kami selalu terlibat dalam pengelola kebun kami secara berkelanjutan, sehingga bisa meningkatkan kesejahteraan petani. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
last but not least, the last award for tonight goes to Givaudan Nederland BV. Congratulations. A thank you note coming from Riau, from Asosiasi Swadaya Amanah.
Warahmatullahi Ta'ala Wabarakatuh. Kami dari Asosiasi Petani Sawit Swadaya Amanah Kabupaten Pelalawan Provinsi Riau mengucapkan selamat pada pembeli kredit kami, Givaudan Nederland. Kami harap apresiasi ini dapat menjadi motivasi untuk terus mendukung petani swadaya di Indonesia untuk tetap terlibat, dapat perlindungan lingkungan, dan membangun kesejahteraan petani. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Congratulations to all of the awardee for tonight, Appreciation Night in 2021, a special edition coming from everybody's living room. We're doing it virtually. Hopefully next year we'll get to do it in person with an even larger Avenger troops that are working towards transforming smallholders all across Indonesia to be sustainable. Congratulations again, and thank you for joining us tonight. We have a lot of questions in the chat box that didn't get discussed during the talk show segment. We will make sure that all of you would get the answers coming from the panelists. Hopefully the panelists wouldn't mind if we give it to them in writing and they can respond also in writing, just to make sure that all of FORTASBI members and all of FORTASBI partners that have participated in today's discussion will get the response that they need. Now, right now, before we end the ceremony, there's a special segment where we want everyone to open your video up because we're going to take a group picture virtually. Okay, so health protocol, mask on, smile on as well. You can still see when your eyes are smiling. I see Ruben on the screen. Hi, Pak Ruben. I also see Pak Joko on the screen. I see a lot of smallholders from the field. Hi, everyone. So here's how it goes. I will count 1, 2, 3, and on the count of 3, can you please hold your pose? So Bapak Ibu yang belum buka kamera, silakan buka kamera. Kita akan foto bersama. Okay, now we'll start with the buyers. All of the smallholders, Avengers for tonight. Hopefully next year we'll get more. Thank you again for your support. So I'll count to 3. Make sure you smile your widest. 1, 2, 3. Yes, got it? All right, thank you so much. Don't go anywhere. We'll get another shot with everyone. So everybody, open up your video and we'll get a group picture. We have around 117 on Zoom. So there's going to be several screens. So just keep smiling. You don't know where you're at. You don't know where you're in page 1, page 2, or page 3. So just keep smiling when I say so. 3, 2, 1, smile. 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay. Jadi 3, 2, 1, senyum aja ya Bapak Ibu ya. Okay. Page 1. 3, 2, 1. Should we also pose? Okay. Jadi kita pose ya Bapak sama Kak Uki. Okay. Page 2. All right. 3, 2, 1. Pose. Okay. Now page 3. We'll do it until page 5, I think, because page 6 already nobody is opening their video. Okay. Page 4. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Pose. All right. Next page, page 5. See, being a model is hard, right? It's tiring. Just keep smiling. All right. Page 5. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, pose. All right. Yes? Got it. Okay, thank you everyone. Page 6. We call it the duster page because nobody is opening their video. So everybody's probably wearing their nightgown. So thank you again. Thank you Pak Narno, and thank you Kak Uki and all of FORTASBI team for celebrating this wonderful appreciation night for the second time. So hopefully the third time we will have even much more palm oil smallholders joining the bandwagon. My name is Gita Shahrani. Thank you very much for joining today's event. And again, as Pak Narno said, smallholders is the guardian of ecological function, of social welfare, and essentially the well-being of us all. Congratulations to all smallholders.